Can somebody turn this up? This is mic 2, HH2.
Yeah, you're right up on it.
So if you can turn it up a little bit.
It's all the way up.
It is all the way up.
You gotta get closer with your mic.
Okay. Well, I bring you greetings. Of course, I really appreciate how many of you have taken time out of your week to invest in this information meeting. You know, sometimes people feel like they get lost in the crowd inside in a room this large. But I have some good news. I'm going to be reading a little bit from Psalm 139 through the New Living Translation. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Have you noticed your parts are getting more delicate? Just thought I'd mention that. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. You watched me as I was formed in utter seclusion. As I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. This is what I want to get to. How precious are your thoughts about me? Do you believe that God is thinking about you right now?
Yes.
And even in a crowd like this, you are the one who is focused on. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God? They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of the sand, and when I wake up, you are still with me. So never feel like you're lost in the crowd. God doesn't just know your name, He knows your thoughts. He loves you intimately, and you matter to Him. So now I've got some bad news. Larry's not here. So I thought, since I can't come up with a joke, maybe somebody here has one they would just love to share this morning or this afternoon. There's got to be somebody. Well, in that case, we're just going to move on to the next one. Father, I thank you for your grace. I thank you that you love us so deeply and so intimately. There's nothing we have ever done that has embarrassed you, because you are our loving Father. And as soon as we admit we have done something that was wrong, you've been quick to forgive. We're grateful for that. And as we do this meeting today, Lord, help us to be quick to listen, quick to respond, and more important than that, may we be full of joy and thanksgiving for where you have put us in this great world. All this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
I was waiting for my name to be called, but I guess that's on.
Joy, you're up.
Thank you, Joy. Hi, everyone. I'm Joy Haverkost from the business office. There are a few of you that were already at a meeting and got to hear the things that I shared. So for those of you that were there, sorry for the double sharing. But there's a lot more of you here today, so I came to show you what you're all going to be getting in the mail here. If you haven't already got it, you will be getting a new Medicare card. And this new Medicare card is what we've all wanted for many, many, many years, because it no longer has your Social Security number on it. Yay! This is a really good thing for everyone. It just has a very obscure, very weird number there. The number means nothing other than that is your ID number. Just like you get assigned on an insurance card if you have an insurance card. So if you haven't gotten this yet, you will be getting it. It's being done by region, and each region is doing it a little differently. Our region, Meridian, has decided that they're doing it by the alphabet. So if your last name begins with A, you've probably already received your card, and then it gets staggered from there. So if you haven't gotten it, you're gonna get it. I would love to have a copy of this card when you do get it. And any one of the offices here on campus would be happy to copy that for you and get it to me. Does anybody have any questions?
You want all of us to give you a copy?
I would love to have a copy of this card for your file here on campus, and if you ever need to use,
On the
I'm sorry?
mic. On the mic.
I would love to have a copy of this card, because if any of you use our services here on campus, I need this card in order to identify what your billing is. Yes.
Edie, are insurance card members too?
I do. I actually would like to have your secondaries. Some of you may have an Advantage plan like Atrio, Providence, Kaiser, those kinds of plans. It would be very helpful for us so that we would be able to get a head start if you're going to come to one of the skilled nursing facility or do outpatient therapy.
The VA still won't make a difference. You know that?
The VA, actually, if you do have the VA, it does give you benefits as far as the VA hospital, but it is not a payer source for our facility, no. But it is still a great benefit for you if you have the VA.
But you're only using it like if we need to be over in the healthcare services stuff, and that's the only reason you're doing it?
Yes. The healthcare question was the only reason I would need this card is to bill for services that you may receive at the health center, which would be outpatient therapy, or if you were at the hospital and you came back to our facility to receive rehab.
Joy, would you explain the delay in mailing them out and how they're mailing them?
They're mailing them based on your last name, the spelling of your last name. And it was delayed. All of the commercials that were out said they were going to start mailing these cards in April. They did not start mailing them in April. So they're just now starting to mail them out because it was delayed by 45 days. So they're just now getting to mailing them out.
And A through Z, right?
A through Z is how it is being done in this region of Oregon. It's being based on your last name, the spelling of your last name. If you don't get it within the next couple months, then I would maybe call, or you can come and see me and I can help you with that. I can look it up for you and see if they've issued your card yet. It's going to take quite some time, as you can imagine, to get all the cards out. People that are providing you services, any providers that you may have, like your doctors, the hospitals, any of those providers are able to look up your new number for you, and they can still bill for you. It's going to be June of 2019 that providers have to bill with this new number. So if we don't have it from you by June of 19, then we don't get paid. So it's not going to be a big rush for you to get it and get it to your doctor. They'll still be able to bill for you. Did you get it? Very nice.
We got ours already.
Great. It seems like they're coming out pretty fast now once they got started, yes. Any more questions? I have put some flyers out on the desk outside the hall here, so if you'd like to grab one of those, you're welcome to have one.
Do you have a folder on all the independent people also? Those of us who are living independently?
We do have a folder, and when you do admit to the facility, there is a process where they do ask you for that information, because it does help if they ever need to call for services for you. So it is very important that we have that information. So if you get that new information to any desk here on campus, then I will put it in your file. You're welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Joy. It's always good to have her here. She's got such a bunch of information. So if you ever need anything about medical services on the campus, please do reach out to Joy. She's right there behind the health center front desk and would love to talk with you about whatever you need. So I'm here because I really want you guys to be able to put a face and a name together for your wonderful volunteer councils. I've been really pleased the way the councils have been set up over the last year and a half or two, where the garden homes have their council and the apartments have theirs and the lodge has theirs. And even better, there's a president at each one, or a chairman, and a secretary, which keeps me from having to do all those minutes. So I kind of appreciate that. So I know you're just comfortable, but I'm going to ask these council members to stand up in each area so that we can get a face to the name. So as I say your name, would you stand up? The first one will be the Garden Home Council, and the chairman is Dot Nichols. So Dot, are you here? And stand up, and now everybody can look at you and get a face. There's Dot. Okay, make sure you don't sit down so soon that they don't get turned around now. Okay, our secretary for the Garden Homes is Carrie Ritchie. Carrie's right there by Dot. They're a team right there. There's Carrie. Now we have Ruth McDougall. Ruth, are you here? Here's Ruth. She's with Garden Homes for many years now. Donna Obert, are you here? Donna? Donna's hiding over there by, no? No, Donna? Who are you? Who are you? Ellie. I haven't skipped any Garden Home Council yet. I haven't finished. All right, Donna's not here. I'm sorry. Cliff Burgess. Cliff, are you here? There's Cliff. He's going to wave from the door. Wave again. Blue shirt. There's Cliff. Okay, now Ellie. Ellie last but not least. There's Ellie Kendall. Stand up, Ellie. Okay, there's Ellie. All right, good. Now, our Village Apartments Council. The chairman is Catherine Lawrence. Catherine? There's Catherine. We're going to Elaine Young is here. She's been taking some minutes for us. She's taken a hiatus from that, but she's done a great job in the last few months. Elaine. Phyllis Birch. Phyllis, I know you're here. There she is in the gray. And Cliff Towers. You know Cliff, he's always got a camera around his neck. Margaret Boss. Margaret, are you here? There's Margaret. All right, Roger Madsen. Roger? Here's Roger. Now, Harold Harms is brand new to the council. He was just, welcome. Hey, Harold. Kate Hoffman. Kate is in the back row there. And Walt Schroeder. Walt. Okay, that's our Village Apartments Council, and now our Lodge Council is Glenn Scatterday. He's our chair. We have Jean Sekrak as the secretary. Maybe Jean. I probably got the name wrong again. Close enough. Oh, that name. That's a good one. Rita Schaefer. That's a little easier to say. Rita. Dolores LaFountain. Dolores is here. Oh, we got this bird out here. Dawn Little. Hi, Dawn. And Bill Warren. Bill, are you here? There's Bill. So that's awesome. We had just almost 100% turnout. I think Donna might be on vacation. That's why. See, if she wasn't on vacation, we'd have had them all here. I really appreciate them. They work hard. They They let us bounce off ideas off of them, and they represent you well. So you're welcome to go to them if you have ideas or problems, but of course you're also welcome to come to myself or Dave or anybody else that you want to talk with about various issues. So I think with that, I will have Tammy come up, and she is going to do some wellness announcements with somebody special.
Well, actually, our recent graduate will do the wellness announcements. I just want to brag on this girl. I'm sure you all saw, but on Saturday, she's getting her bachelor's from Western in gerontology.
Thank you, everyone. You are very sweet. Okay, this needs to come down. Okay, hello. If you don't know me by now, even though they just said my name, I'm Elisa, and I'm the wellness leader. So if you have any questions about the exercise class, or if you need to be trained on the fitness equipment over in the fitness center, please let me know, and we will get that done. I just have a few things. I wanted to remind everyone that we have a new community class that's open to you guys as well as members of the Dallas community. And this is on Monday and Wednesday mornings at 8:30. It's about 50 minutes long, and we use weights and resistance bands, so we get a full body workout for that. So come check that out if you'd like. We also have added Tai Chi, which is also Monday and Wednesdays from 3:30 to 4:15, and you can do that either sitting down in a chair or standing up, whichever is better for you. And if you have ever considered trying Drums Alive, now is the time, because I'm teaching a beginner Drums Alive class from 10:30 to 11 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we're starting fresh. So if you're a beginner and you want to check it out, now's the time, so come on down. And lastly, Haron from the rehab up here will be doing a presentation on men's health this month, because June is Men's Health Awareness Month. So that will be Thursday the 21st at 3 o'clock, and there will be snacks. And that's all I have for you. Healthy snacks. Any questions about that? Okay, thank you.
I'm Linda Saunders from Dining Services, and I hope my voice holds out long enough to get all the information in that I have for you, because I have a little more to talk about than just carryouts and delivery. I'll get to that in just a moment. First of all, I wanted to mention a couple of upcoming Dining Services special meals that we're having this coming Sunday, Father's Day, the 17th. The Village Apartments, the Fireside Commons dining room, will be open for its regular hours. The grill over here will be open from 12 to 4. We'll still be doing regular breakfast that morning, as usual, but from 12 to 4, we will be offering a special prefix menu, which just simply means that you have a choice of several different entree items with everything included. It's not a la carte. And we won't be offering our regular menu that day during those times. And we will only be open from 12 to 4 for lunch and dinner time. Not sure that I made sense right there. No, regular breakfast, and then 12 to 4 for the prefix menu. And I think I need to apologize if there's any confusion about the hours. I just found out a little while ago that the first draft of the menu that was not intended to be circulated got distributed with the wrong hours on it. That was not the final draft that said that we're open 12 to 4 only. So I believe Bert has a couple of reservations after 4 o'clock. She will be reaching out to those folks who have those reservations and working with you on that for a different time. And then the next upcoming special meal will be Sunday brunch on the 24th. So I wanted to talk for a moment about the beer and wine prices. I know that that's created a bit of a buzz. We've had a significant change. So what has changed? The pricing has changed, and that is due because we basically are now offering a full-scale wine and beer program. We have many more choices. We had to get OLCC licensing, which means that there's a lot more costs associated with the program now. And that is the reason for the price increases. Not only do we have the annual licensing fees, we have all of the permit fees and training fees to get all of our staff trained and licensed. We have liability. And in addition to that, we now are able to purchase through a wine and beer vendor who will deliver here to our campus. We weren't able to do that before because without the OLCC licensing, we could not purchase through a delivery vendor. So that is one of the reasons why now we're able to offer a bigger wine and beer program, which is something that some folks have been interested in for some time and asking about when are we going to offer more variety. So if any of you would like any more explanation or have any concerns you want to discuss, please reach out to myself and we can sit down one-on-one and discuss that. Finally, changes in carry-out and delivery program. So we are expanding that service. Some of you have probably noticed that we're open now later in the coffee bar. We're now open till 5 o'clock, and we're offering our regular barista services throughout that whole time. But one of the reasons why we're also staying open later in there is because we're going to start asking that all meals to go, carry-out orders, and deliveries be ordered through the coffee bar, and we will, if you're waiting for it, if it's a carry-out, we will bring it out to the coffee bar for you to take away. Excuse me. So one of the reasons for that is because as the program grows, we have more and more traffic coming into the dining room, which is a bit of a detraction from the service that we're able to provide in there. So I think it'll be easier for everybody to take it through the coffee bar where there's a lot less activity going on, especially at those peak times for carryouts. So we will also, right now we don't have a telephone in there. In the next week or two, Mike will get us hooked up with a telephone, and we'll also have the ability for you to leave a voice message on that if you're not able to talk to somebody directly, just like we do now for your carry-out service. If you call ahead, we check that telephone regularly throughout the day. I think Bert is it every 30 minutes or so. We're checking it to make sure so that if you have left a message for a carry-out, we can get that to you on a timely basis. Finally, as part of this, we haven't started it yet, but we will be starting it in the next couple of weeks. I will get information out there as soon as I have more specifics for it. But we will also be delivering to garden homes as part of this expansion in our service. So that's all I have. Yeah.
So you say the coffee bar ends at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Is that even the carry-out orders? If I wanted to order something to go at 6 o'clock, I'm out our buck, I have to.
We'll be asking that you have the order in by 5 o'clock. We'll be able to make it up and hold it, we'll be able to schedule your pickup throughout the time that we're open. But we ask that the order be in by 5 o'clock, yes.
To that telephone, is that what you're saying?
Either to the telephone or somebody would be answering the phone. I mean, obviously, if they're stepping away from
So
that
that's the
area.
only way to get a carryout is to go through the phone system now?
Or to come in person to the coffee bar
Before 5 o'clock?
before 5 o'clock. But if you have your order in by 5 o'clock, we can schedule your pickup for that or delivery after 5 o'clock. I'm not saying you have to come and pick it up by 5 o'clock. Yes?
How will the delivery work?
Are you asking Garden Home specific?
Well, I'm just curious, any place, in the lodge or wherever.
So you would just call and place your order, just as if you were coming to pick it up. But then we would, if you're leaving a message on the machine, we call you back and confirm your order, confirm what it is you want, and we would schedule a delivery time for you.
Is there a charge for that, or how will that?
There is a delivery charge to all the areas, garden homes and apartments, yes.
What is it?
$5. Depending on where you're ordering delivery to is going to change where you're ordering from. So for the garden homes, we will be delivering from the Village Apartments kitchen. So all of this will be put on paper and will be distributed via Odyssey and hard copies delivered to you. Okay? Anybody else?
Are you increasing the personnel then? Or who's doing all this?
No, it's not an increase in personnel. One of the reasons why we asked that the order be placed by 5 o'clock is so that we're not spreading out our staff too thin. That's all part of operating it with the same staffing. Of course, unless we get super, super busy with deliveries, then we would have to be looking at making a change or an addition.
If you order a delivery of food to a garden home, do you have to only order items that are on the fireside menu?
Yes, we will have actually a delivery menu of items that will work well for delivery. All right, thank you, everybody.
Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me? Okay, so I just wanted to give some announcements of some highlights for this month. Tomorrow is our monthly lunch out, and we're going to McMenamins in Corvallis. We already have a lot of people signed up, but there is still some room. So if you would like to go, please call me. You can email me. You can sign up on Odyssey, or you can sign up at the Village Apartment. And my phone number and email are on the back of the calendar. And it's also listed on Odyssey. So we have room, so please come, because it's going to be fun. Also, this Friday is our Men event. And we want everyone's invited. So come and honor the men. Ladies, you're welcome to come too. So that's this Friday at 2:30 in the Lodge Private Dining Room. So come and enjoy some refreshments. Next Thursday, on the 21st, we're going to the Polk County Bounty Market right here in Dallas. And I already went last week, and I had one resident with me. So if you want to come to the market, you're more than welcome. I'm taking a bus, and we can have enough people. We can have 14 people. So come to the market with me, and it doesn't take that long. There's not like a overabundance of booths out there to choose from, but they have some fresh vegetables and fruits, and they have other things besides that. So just come out with us and enjoy a little outing on a nice day. So that's next Thursday. And then Friday the 22nd of this month, our country drive is a special one. We have a resident here at the lodge, Daryl Ward. He is going to be on that country drive with us, and he is going to, we're going to the Inspiration Gardens in Independence. I don't know if anyone has been there, but Daryl is going to give us a tour of the gardens, and so that'll be a special one. So please come to that. Sign-ups are always out for Country Drive, but I'll specifically put that we're going to the Inspiration Gardens on there. And then I have one other announcement. So for next month, we have a special Friday night event. I don't know, not everyone has probably seen this. I have not seen it, but we have had in the past something called Showtime. It's for the residents and it's by the residents. So think about a variety show, and it's your fellow peers. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a patriotic theme, and they've been working hard at it. They're still working on it, and they have a lot of stuff kind of ready for you. So there'll be things like, let's see, music, comedy, skits, readings, and some solos. So come and, mark that on your calendar. It's July 6th. It's a Friday night event and that night we're going to do it from 6 to 8 o'clock. So it's not 6:30 like normal Friday night events. It's 6 to 8. So we hope you come. Thank you.
We's here.
You're not on the agenda.
Little Philip was walking home from Sunday school with his mama. Clouds overhead and the rain's coming down, and suddenly the heavens parted and a beautiful rainbow filled the sky. And Philip's mama said, "Look at that. What amazing artist God must be, Philip. He painted that just for you." Philip said, "Yes, Mama, and God is left-handed." "Philip, how can you be so sure that God is left-handed?" "Because we learned in Sunday school that Jesus sits on the right hand of God." Oh, come on! That's it.
Public domain.
Hi, everyone. Aren't you glad Larry showed up? I don't have a whole lot to share, so Dallas Retirement Village is full. Independent living, all your homes here are spoken for, so thank you. And since last month, we haven't had anyone new move in that I didn't announce, but I did notice that someone's here that wasn't here last time. So Patty Smith, if you could stand up, wave to your new neighbors. This is Patty Smith. Thank you for joining us. Since I didn't have a whole lot to talk about, Peggy and I thought we could try something a little fun, a little new to share with you. So we thought every month for the town hall meetings, we'd start playing a quick little game with you called What Is It? So you've probably played this before. This was actually a suggestion or a recommendation from a resident in one of our garden homes, so thank you, Sue, right? And so in a minute, we're going to show you a picture. This is a close-up picture. This is something from your community. So now you guys are walking around, looking a little more closely, paying attention to things. So we're going to show you this picture. If you think you know what it is, please don't say anything. Raise your hand and I will call on you. So we've got a practice one for today, and then we've got another one for you to look at. And the way this will work, if you can't figure out what this is, we're not going to tell you. We're going to put it on Odyssey, and you're going to have to stare at it until somebody gets it right. So, and once that's been accomplished, so if we don't decide here today what it is, we're going to put it on Odyssey for you. You can place your guesses at the front desk with the receptionist. And once we have the right answer, then we'll share. So we'll make sure you get the answer, and we'll also tell you who it was that finally figured it out. So for our first picture today, I'm wondering if you can tell me what this is. Remember, don't say anything, just raise your hand. Larry, you don't count.
So are we supposed to know what it is or where it is?
Well, if you know where it is, hopefully you know what it is. Does that make sense? Sometimes it might be kind of difficult to describe it. You can do your best. Did I have a hand up? Oh, yes. You.
Is it the arrangement in the library of balls?
It is not in the library. Del?
My wife says it's the decoration down by the fireplace.
It is not. Anyone else?
Is that one? Is it the decoration in the private dining room here by the lodge?
It is not. So you guys know what it is, you're just trying to figure out where.
Is it the one they moved into the mail room?
It is not. I'm so tempted to give you guys a little teaser. Pardon me?
Could you repeat what they are answering?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. So they asked if it was, basically it's been determined that it's some sort of an arrangement or a decor. They've guessed and asked if it was in the library upstairs, if it was in the lobby, private dining room, none of those places. Okay, I don't want to drag this out. So I'm going to tell you this one, and you guys are all going to be very surprised. And then the next one I'm not going to answer. You're going to have to figure it out, okay? So you, almost every single one of you walked right past this today to come into this room. So Tracy, would you grab the little bowl there to the right? So right next to the door that we walked into today is this lovely bowl that has all of these cute little balls in it. Voila. So you guys are going to have to keep your eyes open. So this is the next one that we have for you today. If we don't get any answers, we're going to put this on Odyssey, and we'll see how long it can take us to figure it out. Wow. Raise your hand if you think you have an answer. We'll give you a few minutes here to think about it, and if we can't get that far, we'll share later. You guys are studying so hard. How about this? We will leave this up while we visit over some delicious treats from our dining services. And if you think you know the answer, come to me or Peggy, and we'll confirm or deny. And if you see this the end of the day on Odyssey, you'll know that we didn't get an answer yet, so you'll have to keep your eyes out and let us know what you think. So thank you everyone for coming today. We appreciate you as always. Please grab some snacks, some beverages, and stick around to visit. Thank you.